wraps up the first time around with that half dead challenge. So week 3, the burst training is called the half dead challenge. It's basically your AX1 400 challenge style. If you've never done that before, it's very basic. 4 moves, 100 reps of each move, and you have to complete that 100 reps however you want to in regards to breaking it up and time yourself. So this challenge, I feel like calling this the Half-Life 400 challenge, consists of prowler push-ups, lateral frog hops, one-arm burpees, and it's supposed to be hanging knee raises. I did captain's chair knee raises. And very important to clarify, when you're doing the prowler push-up, each rep counts as one. It's not like a double-sided where you have to do one on each side for it to be counted as one rep. Lateral frog hops is the exact same way. So each time you jump, that counts as one rep. In regards to the lateral frog hops, if you want to modify those, either easier, harder, the distance in which you jump and the height in which you jump is going to modify that. So I kept my jumps, pretty minimal in regards to how far I jumped and how high I jumped. Just being mindful of my knees and my ankles and not wanting to disrupt those joints or cause any sort of pain that isn't necessary. When I saw this written on paper, I really thought, wow, this is not nearly as hard as the 400 challenge. And to an extent that's right, and to an extent it's not right. Far more cardio, I say, in this one. As compared to, and I always keep going back to the AX1 400 challenge. I think that's the most popular, the one most people are familiar with. He has repeated this 400 style challenge in multiple programs with different moves. But in the 400 challenge, it's your traditional inverted rows, push-ups, sit-ups, air squats. And I find that to be far more challenging for resistance training or muscular strength, especially when you're doing a lot of those push-ups, traditional push-ups, and inverted rows, heavy upper body strength. This one had my heart racing, and it's been a while, but I even towards the end ended up with a side stitch. I think back to like years of grade school when they'd make you have to run the mile, and you're just like, oh, it hurts, my stomach hurts, and that definitely kicked in this time around. So if you were to continue this week and follow up the week as it is written, the next time around for burst training is this challenge. But you were to time yourself. The next time, you cut the amount of reps from 100 each to 50, and you take the time it took you to complete this challenge and cut that in half. So you're trying to beat that. I didn't really know what to expect when I started this. And then when I started the challenge, I hit that mindset of, all right, just let's see if we can do this in 20 minutes. That's the gist, the vibe I'm getting from my body. And I hit 21:45. So again, don't be surprised if it takes you longer than you thought it would. But in regards to, again, comparing this to the 400 challenge in AX1, I remember losing a lot of count between those 4 moves, and I ended up finding that breaking it up into 10 sets of 10 reps was best for myself. Pardon me. With this challenge, I jumped around a lot. So I started out, I did 20 of each exercise, found I was taking too many breaks, dropped down to 10 of each exercise, thought, okay, now I'm wasting time with my transitions. So then I broke it into pairs. So I do 20 and I'd bounce back and forth between the first 2 exercises. Then I'd, jump to the next 2 and do like 10, 10, 10, 10 between the pairs. And then finished up, I think, the same way. I felt, I don't know if I got a whiteboard hanging now. I needed those breaks so I could be writing it down better. So I don't know why that worked out the way it did, but that's the way it did today. And I should note, it took me a while to take on this challenge just because I've been doing fitness and other regimens outside of this program. But this past week, I have been unbelievably sore from the resistance workouts in this workout. If you recall, I previously recorded it, but since getting a little bit more familiar, reiterate that this week has taken the first 2 weeks' techniques of decay sets and doubling sets and combine those into one workout. And I should say, so within one workout, your push, you're gonna focus on, say it's chest, that one muscle group. And it's a sandwich style effect. So you're going to start with that decay set, and you might do 1 set, you might do 2, depends on the workout. Then you'll go to those decay style sets on a chest move, do about 3 sets of those, and then finish up and repeat that same exercise with a decay set. And again, it might be 1 set, it might be 2, but it's like a sandwich style effect on that muscle group. When that muscle group's done, you'll go to the next muscle group. So chest, I think shoulders, and triceps are on the push day. Because there's 3 muscle groups that you're hitting in the push workout, those sandwich style setup will be 1 doubling set, 1 decay set, 3 doubling sets, 1 decay set. The other 2 workouts, pull and legs, only hit 2 muscle groups. So where you'll have only, 2 muscle groups to hit, he adds in an extra decay set for each muscle group. You are absolutely fatigued by the end of the resistance training. And if you recall last week or the previous week's the doubling set requires the 1.5 rep. I absolutely the leg workout was just abysmal. I was falling, tipping. I ended that not feeling a great pump, but just defeated by my balance, causing everything to be very thrown off. This past week's leg workout, wow. final notes. Deadlift is a narrow grip deadlift, so legs are spread apart a little bit more, so your arms go down between your legs and grip is closer. And you'll also notice luckily I have two barbells at my disposal so that they can be set up for the different sets of weights, so I can transition very quickly in splitting that weight in half. Walked away from that, loving it, and then the past 2-3 days of just utter soreness. Let's see, my biceps have been sore, my lats have been sore, my glutes, my hams, inner thighs, quads, you name it. This past week it's been sore, and it's all based on these workouts and the techniques, being back to back and just really fatiguing that muscle group. So it's been very interesting. So that basically, I might hit up again attempt this half dead challenge the way that it's written, because for some weird reason, even if I want to skip something, for the most part, I have to come to it. It's just, I want to challenge myself and see how I can handle it. But I will be going on to week 4's lifting and working it in, because in traditional AX fashion, the last week includes a challenge, so the burst training days are utilized as either an extra rest day or a final challenge day. So again, this will take me a little bit longer, and I will undoubtedly come back and try this challenge. So it's just a matter of how life's going to work out. Honestly, I'm actually wearing my glasses today because I am having the LASIK eye procedure done on Thursday. And from what I understand is the following day, besides, not being able to rub or touch your eyes or anything, you can resume activities as normal. So hoping there isn't a huge discrepancy, or lag time in the exercise. I will see you guys for the finish up of Half Life.